Hello there, Sagittarius. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Sagittarius for March of 2019. 3 months gone already, Sag. Well, for everybody who's new here, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for the overall view of the month. I will pull angel card at the end of the reading, hopefully bring everything together for us. Because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. All of us Sages get named Frankie for the time of the reading, I guess. Look at your moon sign and rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month. And the other thing is I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month, kind of like an overall theme. And now I have a short message for us, and it's the craziest message I think I've ever got since I started doing this. Seeing a sign, and the sign says, "Home is where the heart is," and then the next words, it's like, next thing that comes up is like, oh, family, 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 and then like glitches, conflict, or crazy, and then those words again, or like home sweet home. And Sag, use your intuition. So I think for some of it may be to do with friendships. And when I pulled out these cards here, I was like, oh, not all of us have family, situations or things going on in our life. And these are general readings, but it was like, here's a big sign, home is where the heart is, and then family, family, family. And then like glitches or, the crazies or things that we have to do on a dime, and then it's like home sweet home, and then you get the rest of it. So, or the rest of the message, use your intuition, Sag, use your intuition. I'm like, okay, because we have good words, but they could go with that message. They go with these cards, that's for sure. Respect, obedience, compassion, tenderness, and expansiveness. But I don't know as if I'm feeling so expanded for us quite this month. I think we better use our intuition, because our first card here is the Ten of Rods. Ten of Wands, this is like, this is carrying a heavy load, basically. We're taking up new responsibilities that are appropriate to a new cycle. These can be seen like they're really, really burdensome, but we have the strength and the character in order to be able to carry them, because we kind of like feel like we can do anything at this time, even if it's a difficult thing for us to do. This is sometimes with this Ten of Rods, our labor could have went for nothing or out the window. We may be carrying burdens that just really don't belong to us, is what I want to say. Well, and if we are carrying things that don't belong to us, if people respected us with that original message, we shouldn't be carrying them or have compassion in any manner of, or form. Okay, if we feel weary, is the way they're saying. If we feel weary, as if the whole world is sitting on our shoulders, or these burdens are sitting on our shoulders, it's up to us to decide whether the heavy responsibility we have undertaken, so to speak, is legitimately ours. If it isn't, if it's required from someone else or someone else should do it, and those words respect and obedience in there, then we shouldn't be carrying them all on our shoulders, because this would mean that somebody is shirking their duty. Okay? Now, if this is a choice that we've made, like to push through something and do everything we can to get out on the other end of a situation, let's say somebody's sick and we're taking up the load and all that kind of junk, we really don't mind. And a 10 is, a 1. It's the end, of the cycle of having to do it, or the fresh start. We decided to do this. The other thing that comes with this, though, sometimes one member, I'm thinking of a family, gets to do all the dirty work, or an organization gets all the dirty work put on their shoulders for the simple reason they're willing to do it. So make sure if we are doing that, make sure that if we are doing it, we are willing to do it, and make sure if we are doing it unwillingly, that others are doing their fair share of the burden, and we should ask for help when we get this card if we need it. Don't let pride stand in our way. If a lot of times with this card, what I think of is the co-worker, at work, who's sitting there filing their fingernails, and then they throw all the dirty work on our desk like their unfinished project. Oh, the boss wants us in 10 minutes, and oh, Sag will do it. Just give it to Sag. And then it's like, well, why are you leaving early and Sag is staying late? And it's oh, my nail appointment. I have it every Friday. I have to leave 15, 20 minutes early. He threw this at me at the last second. We aren't doing that anymore. We are going to be having, if this is a load that's not ours, and being as it's the overriding thing going on in our reading, if this load or burden is not ours to carry, we are going to demand respect. If this is the kid not cleaning their bedroom, and not being obedient to us, we are going to have compassion for ourselves, and say, pay attention, that's yours to do, and you're grounded. Basically, if we're one of those Sages, or if we have a friend that's calling us all the time, but only when they need something from us, and they're asking, Sag, we're nice, we're willing to help anybody, we do stuff for people all the time. They're saying, oh, I need this again, but we don't hear from them in between. Oh, Sag, come over and move the furniture for me, and we don't hear from them again. Oh, Sag, come over and take me somewhere, and we don't hear from them again for, 5 months. Then it's Sag, come back. We Sages, I believe, are really going to stop because of what I'm seeing through these cards, unless we are the Sag that has made the choice ourselves. And maybe if it was, we really wanted to take on the extra burden, we were willing, and it's going to benefit us, and there's a card that shows that in the end, like benefit us in the long run, like a project that we're doing. Let's say this is at work, and we get slammed all of a sudden, and we're willing, because that's going to get us a promotion and get us the respect we want, we're going to take on the burden. If it's the opposite, for those Sages, for us Sages that are not going to take somebody else's load for absolutely no reason, so to speak, we are going to lay these down and lay them right, probably, hopefully not in their face, because we have that tendency for being very blunt when we need to be. And if it isn't our work or our responsibility, look out, Hannah, because we have a card here that supports us laying this down if we're on that side of the fence, which is what I really want to say. If we're on the side of the fence where this belongs to somebody else, look out, kiddo, because you're getting it however you want to think of it. We'll give it back to them in 2 seconds flat if we love them or not. And at work, we're not taking on everybody else's load any longer, especially for people that are shirking their duty, is how they want me to say it. because our next card here, is our card of our expansiveness. The Fool, 0. We're starting over. We're starting over, Sag. Here's this little guy. He's got his little sandwich on his in his little hobo bag here, and he's off on a fresh new start and a new beginning. He has the white rose of innocence, right, in his hand, and he has his little dog beside him. Normally, you can see he's stepping off into the end of the cliff, into midair with nothing to catch him. This is when we are hearing the beat of our own drummer, and, everyone else around us sees a situation differently from us. So we may, based on what I'm seeing here, have a few arguments about the different situation, based differently. But we have that word here of expansiveness, and we have the word obedience in here. Normally the Fool steps off the cliff. It's a fresh new start, new beginning, something I am going for, something I really, really want to move forward with, and I am willing to take the risk. But we have respect, obedience in here. So with those words, I'm going to say we should step back 1 minute and weigh the risk. Is it something that we're willing to take, or is it above and beyond? I feel a lot of us Sages are doing a fresh start, new beginning. No matter what anybody hears, remember our original message, pay attention to your intuition, Sag. Pay attention to your intuition. This is a card of intuition. I see things differently from what everyone else sees, and I am moving forward. I am listening to the sound or the beat of my own drummer, and the beat of my own drummer is that which guides me, so therefore I am going with it, even with the risk. Okay? So for those of us, I believe a lot of us, because we went from 10, that's the end, or maybe taking up a new cycle for those of us that are, but it's going to be because we were, ready, willing, and able to start fresh right over from the beginning. Some of us, this could be we jumped on a plane and went across the country for a new job or a new lover, new partner, that we felt was right, and everybody else is like, you don't know him, and maybe they want us to stay and carry these rods for them, and we're leaving, and maybe we're being held back. It's an interesting month because of the way those words went, but at this point, when we see the Fool, it's usually we will follow our intuition, or the dream or the vision that we had that is expanded for our future. And that's the beginning of the dream. With those other two words, I'm going to say step back. Don't jump off the cliff. Step back for a second. Weigh what's going on here. Weigh it. Evaluate the risk. If the intuition is guiding me and telling me, right, move on this, Sag, move on this, I'm going to move on it. I'm just going to take that option, and I'm going to move on it, because our next card here, sorry, is the Six of Swords, and this is, it indicates that we are moving from past troubles and turbulent times and putting them behind us, right? And the Fool is, we're moving forward. And then this comes up in the middle of it. Now remember, I think these cards are going to blend. They're not going to go week by week. It's like the beginning of a new phase after a time of upheaval. And I'm saying it that way because of another card that's in here, and also that 10 of rods there too. Because it's the calm that comes like after the storm, and We are into a period of smooth sailing with relatively, relatively no problems, like that Fool. Relatively no problems, like the Fool energy. He's like, da, 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 right off the cliff. You know, the thing about the Fool is he rarely gets hurt. So they're telling us to, you know, step back, take a little breather, but usually the Fool doesn't get hurt and it works out the way he was guided to do it. This is like the time of integration, or how do I want to say, or reintegration, um, with harmony and where harmony and lack of tension prevail. So if I think about that, home is where the heart is, and then the family, 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 and then the, you know, use your intuition, and then the glitches and that kind of stuff, and then, you know, home sweet home. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what it means, Sag. It's funny. But this is, new friends, new relationships, come into our life now with this Six of Swords energy. After intense suffering, it's usually a really trying time. We're back on in the harness with ourselves. That's all I want to say. It back in the harness with ourselves, and especially with that Full energy in there. It's like, whoa, Sag, I don't know where we're going. It can also be a journey over water, or, you know, a trip, something like that. Um, the destination kind of, sometimes it's unknown, like the Fool. Uh, let me see. Or the effects of the move or what we are going to do can seem uncertain. But when we get this card, that means luck is on our side, and any change we make or decide to do, like this Fool, is going to go well for us, and it'll go smoothly and we will succeed. Because see how calm the water is here? This is a different place. This lady usually has a child, and, you know, he's bending over her and she's holding on to the child. This card doesn't show the child, but see how choppy the water is and smooth over here? So anything that troubled us, we are moving through and past it and beyond it, and and luck is on our side. Just like that Full energy, expansiveness. So with this in here, and that word compassion, I'm going to go within. Especially with this Ten of Rods, have that word compassion and tenderness. Compassion and tenderness and respect within, Sag. Within myself. Move forward and take this. You can go get a job on the other side of the world, or, like I said, move for a partner, just like the Fool. This is my new love relationship, and however you want to put it, you know, I'm going for it. I don't care if anybody else tells me it's foolish, it's too risky, it's dumb, things are good, right, or stay right where you are, Sag. I'm not. Because here's our next card here. It's another 10. Completion of cycles, fresh new starts, new beginnings. I think of these 10, this 10 is a situation of lasting contentment, of like real love, domestic bliss, complete satisfaction in all of our endeavors, you know. It's a really emotional fulfillment and emotional happiness. And you think about this and this together, you know. Like some of us, we could take this up because we're moving somewhere that's going to bring us this other 10. You know, we got the little dust bunnies there under the edge of the rug, and that's it. Sweep them out the door and jump on the journey here with the Fool. Sometimes with this, we're sharing our love unconditionally with the right partner. Let me see. It's like favorable time that can offset anything that is negative. it offsets, this card actually offsets any negative cards that would come up in a reading. When I see this word expansiveness, this card, look at the rainbow, look at the 10 cups, look at the partnership. Look at this. Some of us, it might be partnership. Here's what's under. 2 of cups is underneath those 10 rods of heavy burden on our shoulders. There. Use your intuition, Sag. This is indication that everything that it's an indication that everything most people wish for in their life, like love and harmony, happy family. Home is where the heart is. Happy family. It's a time of happy family, companionable and compassionate type partnerships. Let me see. Time of completion, of reaping what we have sown, and reaping the rewards of what we have sown. Maybe from carrying that 10 rods of burden. It doesn't mean like wealth, like money. It can mean abundance in the financial plate, but it symbolizes abundant life in the true sense of the word. So we got 2 10s in here, you know, and that's a 1. And the Fool there too, it's like bink, 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 lining up, going out of the troubled waters. I'm thinking, and these good words here, the glitch comes in that crazy message, but, you know, even thinking about this 10 here and what it was saying about it, it's like it offsets any negative cards. Next card, the Tower. I'm like, holy crap, what's going on in our reading? We got all these things coming up. We get the Tower, we get the 10 rods of burden, you know, that we're doing. And I'm like, no, our house is not burning down and lightning is not striking it, hopefully. But that's not what it means. It means, it can mean an argument. It can mean an argument or a fight or something disruptive in our life. But with the Fool in there, it's we would have known, and the 10 of rods, we would have known ahead of time. When we look back, we would have known. We would have saw it coming if it was a fight or something disruptive that was just laying there waiting to come. This can be something that we've done habitually, like carry this 10 rods there for someone, and we knew it had to change. And it happens. It can also, though, for those of us that it doesn't mean anything like that, like something we needed to change, and we looked back, and we saw, oh God, I should have saw that coming, you know, and I could have changed it ahead of time if I, you know, had respect for myself and compassion and tenderness and thought about myself a little more, especially with that 10 rods of burdens showing up there. It can be something totally unexpected, like a bolt of lightning out of the clear blue sky, you know, that can cause like a disruption in maybe a good relationship I had before, you know, something like that. It's like bam, but I would have saw it coming, and I should have changed it or altered it sooner, and it wouldn't have ever come to this. But usually with this Tower card, it's something we want or need to change or alter that we should have done a long time ago and we got complacent. So in our minds it seems sudden, but it actually isn't sudden, you know. It's just, sometimes it's just something that's laying there waiting, you know, and we keep looking at it and not confronting it, and we should have confronted it. And that's what I'm thinking, being as I'm seeing the 2 10s, you know. We should have confronted it, got it off the table, did whatever to get our home is where the heart is thing, or whatever that's going to mean to us, you know, because some of us really don't have family, and we will have like the co-workers and things, and the reading will go down like at work, and we'll just up and shift, and because we're going to be much happier emotionally, you know, in the long run is how they're saying it, in the long run, which is great. We're going to make some kind of alteration and change, you know, because we said we deserve respect. And the other thing, for those of us that are just going on a trip, right? Us Sages are always ready for a trip. You tell us, you know, it's time to go, and we're out the door right before you can even think to unlock your car. We're on our way, we're going. We enjoy adventure and expansiveness. That would be just like great. I think it's a good month, actually. I like it. We got the 2 10s in here, you know, 2 things being completed, even if one we're undertaking for our own self. This tower thing, maybe we were taking on too much, you know, to do, but I think, oh God, can't make these up, Sag. You can't. I mean, seriously. Of all the cards in the world to get, we get, and I'm saying use your intuition, daydream. Daydream. This Sag here likes daydreaming, just parking it. I've never pulled this card before either. They're telling us use our intuition. They gave us, whoops, I got my angel card on top of the full card, and now they're giving us daydream. There's something we're doing this month, and we're doing it like off. It's going to seem, I think, off the cuff because of the tower card there, but it really isn't. I don't feel like it is. For some reason, it says, you will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat of creativity. That's an interesting card, isn't it? It's also the seat of expansiveness. Really, Sag, with our rest of our words here, and I really haven't. That's 2 cards this month that I pulled out. I forget what the other one was that I've never seen before. Oh, I got Cupid for us that need a Cupid there. It says, the angels sent you this card because they wish you to be open and receptive to new ideas. It's important for you to engage in daydreaming now as a way to receive inspiration and wonderful ideas. Don't try to make anything happen. Just follow the trail of your thoughts naturally as they will flow into new ways of looking at things. Write your ideas in a special journal and ask your angels for guidance on which action steps to take to enact these dreams. Take action without delay where you are guided. Be open to new possibilities. Allow yourself to dream big. Give yourself permission to relax and let go. Try something new that you've always wanted to do, and brainstorm with yourself and others for new ideas. Unbelievable, huh, Sag? Well, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell y'all, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really do appreciate all of them. And anybody that wants to know more about me, or just go neb about me, all the information's down below the screen at the website. I'm going to knock all the angel cards off here. If you need to set an appointment with me to do that, everything to do that is over at the website, which, like I said, is in the About section. 2 short videos over there, one explaining the prayer class, the other explaining the sutras, and they're like a couple minutes long. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long. It's very comprehensive. It's why you do it the way you do, what, how, you know, that kind of, for manifestation, this kind of work, stuff like that. Sutras are thought forms you put in a simple meditation. It takes 5 minutes a day, enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. And to everybody I've met through 3 whole years of doing YouTube videos, and to everybody I've met through 30 years of doing this work, want to tell you, it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. And hopefully we'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.